What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. Today we're going to talk about the New York Islanders putting DiPietro on waivers and what it means for both sides going forward. I want to actually talk a little bit about DiPietro. I remember, being a kid growing up in Massachusetts, I remember when he was drafted #1 overall. We'll talk more about that. We played at BU with kid Jack Baker that lived next door to me, and we used to get tickets to go watch him play at the old Walter Brown Arena. And he was outstanding. Just the athleticism he had for a goaltender was like nothing I've ever seen. At BU, and I remember, played with the development team. I don't remember, he played at St. Sebastian's for a year in Massachusetts. I don't remember him too well, but I definitely remember going to the games back when I lived in a smaller house growing up. But we lived next door. Our houses were attached, and he played at BU. He played actually with Brooks Orpik at their academy, Jack Baker, and then they ended up being teammates with DiPietro at Boston University, which is a pretty cool little thing. But I think going forward, following DiPietro in the NHL, he's the best player in the 2006 U.S. Olympic team. Then he signed that 15-year extension, and it's all been downhill. He's 31 years old. He still has 8 years remaining on that god-awful extension, and he's 0-3 with a .409 goals against average and a .855 save percentage. I think you look back to Milbury, who's arguably the worst GM in history of hockey. You look at him trading Luongo, back when Luongo's, as a Boston fan, it's easy to make jokes at Luongo's expense, but he's a hell of a goalie. He's a lot better than Ricky D, obviously, and an Oliokin of Florida for Mike Parrish and someone else to draft DiPietro when Danny Heatley, I believe Marian Gaborik, and a few other guys were on the board. Excuse me. Yeah, that could have definitely made the Islanders better. Obviously trading Spezza on the pick. The pick of Spezza and Daniel Chara for Alexei Yashin too. It's not one of his better moves, but you look at DiPietro. I don't think he hasn't played. He played 26 games in 2010, 2011. That's the most games he played since 2007, 2008 season. And he's signed that extension. It's all been downhill, like I said. He's 31 years old. He should be really coming into the prime of his career, or be in the prime of his career. But the injuries have curtailed that. Plus, he almost had like a cockiness, sort of arrogance to him. And when he got in the fight with Brent Johnson of the Penguins a couple years ago, and Johnson one-punched him, he instigated that, and then Johnson laid him out. But it's tough for Winter, Massachusetts native. If he clears waivers, which I don't see a team picking him up, he'll report to Bridgeport of the AHL. So, it's being he came up with Bridgeport, obviously. He came up with Chicago Wolves and the Bridgeport Sound Tigers, and like I said, he had a .228 goals against average at the Olympics, and was, like I said, Team USA's best player in 2006. And I remember those pads were awesome. I remember back 2006, 2007 when he was playing really well. He had the dynamite U.S. military themed Islanders mask. It was awesome. And they went to playoffs. It was the last time they were close to being relevant. But it's tough. But DiPietro, big mistake in 2000, and it's really then an even bigger mistake signing that 15-year extension. So it's tough. Anyway, that's all I got this episode of the Power Play with CJ on the New York Islanders placing Rick DiPietro on waivers. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the season and beyond. Later, guys.